my financial goal that I wanted for myself each month. So I don't even know how to explain this. Every time I introduce somebody to this thing, I'm like, if you take advantage of this, your life is never going to be the same, but you have to put my financial time and effort into it if you want it to work, especially if you're the kind of person that wants to go beyond just the HFX swipes. I'm telling you, this is the easiest way to make money if you're willing to put time and effort. And we're going to do everything it takes, including bringing the number one teacher in the whole of IM Academy. Every time we get a chance, we're going to bring him here. That way you guys can ask him directly any questions. So we're just going to wait maybe another minute or so. And please, any questions you may have, start typing them out. If you feel like you need to ask the question in voice, by all means, we're going to get started with that too. That way, there are just some questions it's kind of hard for us to just express in writing. So we will make sure that we unmute you and ask your question. So, Kenry, can you hear us okay?
Absolutely, I can.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm excited to see you on, man. Always excited.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, I'm just doing a little bit of chit chat with my Facebook audience. It's been a while. I've not actually had a live with them. So I was just doing a little bit of chit chat with my Facebook audience. I've not really done a live into my work routine.
Yeah.
So how's it going?
Yes. So I honestly want to just start out by asking you just a few questions to just get everybody warmed up, and then we can get into other people's questions. I'm going to be keeping track of the chat, as well as probably Coach Rose, you can help me. Coach Rose is making breakfast for us. Is that what you're doing?
Yes, as usual.
I need to see everyone. Okay, good.
Okay. Alrighty. So, Kenry Moore, just maybe introduce yourself, how you started trading, and maybe even tell us about, your success and failure and how you got to be the number one student, number one trader in the whole of IM Academy with the accuracy that you have. So let's just do a quick introduction for those people that have never met you, and then we're going to ask you a few questions.
All right. I want to welcome everyone. How's the United States? Wherever you're joining from right now, I'm super excited. My name is Kenry. I'm actually the number one student of the IM Mastery Academy. I love to call myself that because I always love to stay in the mindset of learning. I've seen over the years, people have been misled by what it is they achieve that they haven't achieved. Okay. And I'll talk about that later. So I got started 3 years ago, November 28th, with the IM Mastery Academy. As a student, as any one of you that are here right now, you're actually a student of the academy. And I'm also still a student, right, but with a different pedigree. And what was, okay, why did I start? So let me start with that information. Why did I start? Before I started, I was a no-go area, all right? I was someone you don't even want to talk about Forex. If you're my friend and you love Forex, you come to talk to me about Forex, bye-bye. Your dreams of Forex are gone, all right? Because I have the arsenal, I have the information, and I have the courage, everything to discourage you. I had it. God blessed me with it. that was how bad I was, right? Now, some of you won't understand. A lot of people are failing, or a lot of people are not doing what it is you're doing today. And a lot of people are leaving because of this information. They think it's complex, all right? That was one thing that I had, all right, as my punchline. I thought it was complex. I thought you needed a whole lot of money to trade. And all these things, and the irony of it was true, right? Forex is complex. Forex, you need a whole lot of money to trade. Forex, you need time to trade it. Forex is so risky. You could lose a whole lot of money. The risk is too much, all right? And guess what? There are a lot of people trading Forex, but you don't see people having results. How many of you have been hearing all of these things even before you got started, all right? Me, I didn't just hear them. I took them in, and I use them as my weapon to help people not fail, right? Because at the time, it was really rampant. You see a lot of people talking about Forex, but they don't have results. You see a lot of people, venturing into Forex, and they are losing massively. So it sold the idea that everything I said was true, not until I got You know, the I Am Mastery Academy really changed everything. It changed the narrative. And I've heard about this company before I got started. But I didn't see, I was never close to people who actually had results. Not until I in 2018, I got close to those individuals. And that really was my push. I got started. I saw people were having results and I saw that I could do better. And today I'm doing better. Why? I saw a system where I could leverage over the education, because these people that I saw, they leverage over education. They had access to mentorship and they had access to software tools. And I knew that I'm someone who knows how to sell a product. I'm someone who knows how to use a product. And I'm someone who knows how to show a product. I have those qualities. And that's really what launched me. And I really had a desire to help people. The same way I've helped people not to get in. And I decided to help people to really get in rightly, because that is now, all right, what it is I've been doing over the course of the years. And I got started and I got learning. And my process of learning is what I teach every day on the live session. That is why I say I am a student. So if I'm someone who never loved Forex, was a staunch disbeliever, and today in the global world, I'm actually one of the best traders in the world, not just this company, all right? Because this company is the #1 trading financial market, training company in the financial market, the #1. And we have over 200 educators. This is what bubbles me a little bit, all right? That if a student could become an educator, and that the educator is now #1 over the course of 8 months, it shows that everything this company put on the line for its reputation is true. All right, so that is me. I sell this company to the full. Everything this company say they represent, they want to educate you, they want to empower you, all right? They want to enrich you. It is true. Why? I have been educated. I'm not an educator. I am empowered and I'm enriching individuals. So I'm a model of what this company sells. All right, so that's basically it for me. I don't know if that information is healthy enough to encourage anyone.
Yeah. So I want to ask you one question. Were you successful the first time you started trading? And you know, because a lot of people give up before they get successful. So tell us what your story is, very, very briefly. Like, you came in, you learned how to trade, you basically hit 100% all the time. Is that true or not?
It's always impossible to hit 100% all the time. Now, I'll tell you, when I came in, I didn't come in to trade. I never actually came into this company to trade. All right. Now, the first thing is I had a desire to be successful, not to trade. So if you want to be successful, change the mindset. Don't come in here to trade. Have the desire to trade. So when you learn trading, the caveat to that is that you're learning trading to be successful. I came in to be successful. Anything that helped me to be successful, I'll learn it. So when I saw trading, I was learning trading because I wanted to be successful. And I know the principles of being successful. All right. You're going to fail your way till you get it. It's almost like doing an experiment. Failure is I want to tell everyone, and I'm going to be saying it more often. All right. I may scare a lot of people, but I'm telling you the truth. The best way to success is failures. Right? Your ability to accept failure and embrace it becomes your friend. You are actually, that's success. Okay, it's just like almost you want to do an experiment, all right? If you want to do a product, they will experiment and they will fail several times before the product is perfected. That is what trading is about. Before you become successful, you have to go through that stage of experiment, blowing of account, markets, you're not going to understand it. All right, I did everything, everyone experienced, every successful trader. We all that are educating you today, we have our fair share of our losses. We've lost money. We've lost reputation. We've almost lost our will to continue in this company. But what held us on is the will. We knew that was the process to success. So when we were going through the process, we didn't quit. I didn't quit the process, all right? Because profit was in the process, and that's really it. So there's no 100% success. Like you just come in and you win. No, run away from anybody who tells you that. Run away.
Yeah, I love that. Honestly, even me, when I started, I got to a point where I was doubting myself. I was truly doubting myself. I didn't know if I had the ability to, I lost money. But I was able to recover. And I knew that failing and losing trades is part of success. So in the beginning, don't even doubt yourself. I'm going to put it like this. The devil is going to get into your head and tell you, this thing, it doesn't work. This thing, only a few people can do it. This thing is, I'm not computer savvy and all that. So the first thing I always like to address is the mindset. You can know how to trade, but not ever be successful at it because of mindset. Okay, so just realize this. failure is part of success. Losing a trade is part of success. If you accept that, you're going to hit the jackpot. You're going to be fluent in trading, and you will be super grateful for really running into this opportunity. So I'm going to run into questions. Monica, I'm actually going to unmute you if that's okay, because I want you to ask the question exactly the way you want to put it in your words. So Kenry, we're just going to go through a few questions here, and then just you do it as a Q&A.
Hello, everybody. I have a question. We have been doing a point system the whole week with Mr. Kenry, and I am getting lost at one time. We are getting all the charting, and we are getting to a point about there's a, let's for example say I want to do a sell. You say that we look at the buying points, you know, like the green points, and from there you can tell where to go sell. Looking at the buy, you can know where to sell. I'm like, okay, if I do look at the Ivan Cabra, he has already put the red areas and the green areas. Why am I looking for the red areas from the green areas? And already they're set there. I'm like, okay, I'm a little lost in there.
Okay, good. So you guys will allow me to share my chart, right?
Yes, please. Thank
you. Good. You know, that's a beautiful question. It's okay to get confused when you hear things that conflict the things you hear when you're a beginner. All right. Janey actually did that with me a lot. She'll call me, say, Kenry, you said something today. That's not what you told me first. All right. Okay. So in the course of training, I need you guys to write this down. All right. So let's take so BTC is alive. The market is alive right now. So I want to use the BTC market, okay, as an example of what you're asking. So this market is, because you're actually literally dealing with entry, right?
Yeah.
Good. So when do I sell? That's the question you ask. All right. So there are several ways you can sell the market. There are always different approaches to the market. The basic approach to the market is the Ivan Cabra on the hourglass. So when you open the hourglass, this is really what it looks like. You see the red and the green. Am I correct?
Yes.
What does the red represent?
A sell.
What does the green represent?
A buy.
All right, good. When the market is on a downtrend and there is no red, how do you know where you're going to sell?
I can chart. I can do the charting system.
All right, good. So one thing about the market, why we do a little bit of intermediate training is at those points, you can see this market is moving up right now, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So if the market comes here, here's a sell point because that's a red.
Yes.
All right, good. So now I want to do something just to make it healthy for you. Let's do a little bit of healthy routine. Where is this guy? So let's take the market away. All right. Let's take the green and the red away. No, that would be a little bit complicated. Let me just tell you what you asked. So I said that if the market is on a downward movement, one way, so just tell yourself you're not seeing the red right now.
Okay.
The market will sell the previous floor of a downtrend. Isn't that what you're asking? That was the statement I made, right?
Yes.
The market will sell the previous floor of a downtrend. Now, I want to put a line on the previous floor so that you understand what I'm saying, okay? We had the market bought before, all right? So you can see this area, there is a floor, right? So I just want to put lines on the floor and I'll color them red, okay? I just want to put the lines, I'll color them red. So here is a red, so that's the floor, right? Put a line. Okay, so here's a green, all right, good. So can you see that every line I put automatically, manually by myself is a floor, right?
Yes.
Now you want to look at this line, Okay, this previous floor we had here, is it the same as a red here?
Yes.
What does that tell you? The market sold at that point. It means if this market comes to that area, because it was a previous floor, price action shows that the market likely, most of the time, all right, if it wants to continue, it sells. A good place to sell a previous market is a previous floor.
Okay.
Right. All right. It's a previous floor. So what it means is I am trying to tell myself, all right, that if this market comes to this area because it was a previous floor, that is going to be where, all right, I'm going to react as a sell. That is you managing your knowledge in the market, because one stage is you're going to follow what you do at some point, what you know, what you see. Okay, so Ivan Cabra gives you red to see. Okay, but when you begin to grow, some things are going to start happening. You know what are those things? You want me to tell you?
Yeah.
What you see will begin to fail at some point, and you begin to wonder, why did it fail? It got to the red, everything aligned, but why did it fail? Have you gotten to that point? Have you ever experienced market like that?
Yes.
Okay, but I got the red. All right, I got everything, all the strategy, but why did it fail? It's because you're trying to just trade the market based on what you see. You're not knowing the market. You're not getting a relationship of the market. All right. Price action is the relationship of the market. If I expand this and I show you, all right, look. So I don't even need to look at Ivan Cabra. What happened here? The market was a floor around here, right? The market was a floor around here, right?
Mm-hmm.
What happened when the market broke the floor? It broke the floor. Watch. Came back to the floor. Watch. What happened? Did it sell?
Mm-hmm.
Just follow my line. So this was the break. The market broke this area. This was the floor, right?
Yeah.
But this market was the floor. Broke the floor. What happened? Came back to the floor and did what? It sold the previous floor. All right. I don't need all of these indicators for that. That's price action. So when the indicators align with my price action and the strategy align with through the indicators, it shows me a better strength. So it helps me know what the market can do. And if strategy now aligns with those technical moves, it makes me more matured. So my accuracy level is increased. I'm not going to begin to wonder why it didn't go. I will know that that place is a strong area. If it doesn't, so now I know this is a flaw. So if market beats this flaw now, I'll just look for another flaw. I'm not going to be whining and dining with this flaw because I understand that that is price action. It's not respecting this area, it's going to respect another area. But do you know the areas it will respect? That is why I teach price action. Does that make sense? So you know the things that are just higher than those lines that you see on Ivan Cabra. All right. So one thing is to know the strategy. Another thing is to know how the strategy operates. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, you're going to understand one thing. All right. If you go through the classes of charting and price action, all right, and you practice, it's going to begin to make sense more enough than you have. The data you have right now may be limited. But when you really go through can I ask you one question?
Yeah.
All right. And this question is for everyone. For everything that looks confusing to you, I'll guarantee you, all right, everything that looks confusing to you, you've not practiced it on your demo account 100 times. Have you?
I am trying. The whole week I've been trying to do that.
Good. So what you do, what I'll advise you, I'm not going to commission you to go do it. All right. But one thing I'll do is trust yourself that if you are able to practice what I've showed you or what I've showed you in the live session.
Yeah.
If you are able, all right, take your time. It may take you a week, it may take you 2, all right, it may take you as long as you can. Just practice. Take 10 trades, all right, doing the charting, all right, taking the trades on the strategy. Take 10 trades. What will happen automatically is your confidence will step in, all right. The more you practice, your confidence will begin to step in. And when your confidence steps in, your understanding increases.
Yeah.
Right. There are some things in your data now, they don't make sense to you, but you know them, but they don't make sense to you. But when you begin to practice, it will begin to make sense to you. All right.
I am practicing, but I wanted to take this opportunity now that you're here to ask and see if I've proven it.
All right, good. Does it make sense? Was I able to answer your question?
I will know that when I get into doing it. Well, I'll see whether I got what you're saying if I practice.
All right, good. Are you recording this?
Yeah, I was going to say this is recorded, so you can watch it 100 times.
Okay.
So you get it. Be crazy like me. That's what I do, man. I listen and listen and listen and listen until I start talking like Kendrick with his accent. So, you know, seriously,
No.
my husband, I was listening to your videos when I was brand new. My husband was picking up the Nigerian accent. He would say exactly what Kendrick was saying. It was hilarious. That's how many times I was listening to that. I was obsessed with seeing success in this thing. Mm-hmm. When you're obsessed with anything, good or bad, you become good at it.
I want to say something. Okay, I want to say something. You guys have she's my sister, all right? She's my friend, she's my sister. And you know, when we got connected, I know something is coming. A mountain is going to push. Your success comes from your routine. It doesn't come from what you hear. It comes from what you do. All right. When Janey got connected to me, I saw someone who was hungry. And I knew something. If someone is hungry, you feed them. All right. I've never fed anyone in this academy the way I fed her. All right. I had that time. I changed my routine. I changed my sleep mode because I knew she was ready. She was ready. And I can tell you, I told her to watch 21 videos. Within a few days, she was asking me questions inside of those videos. I knew this one is ready. I need to step. She's the kind of person that will make you learn what it is you don't know because she will come surprise you and ask you something. If you're not ready for her, she is. All right. So I was excited. I'm going to tell anyone who's here, your success will come from your routine. All right. She was willing to know, but one thing she stepped down was she didn't put her confusion first. She put following instruction first. So everything I never had a conflict with Janey telling me. I never had a conflict of her telling me what I did not teach her. Everything she brings to me is in just the instruction I give to her. When I told her, okay, you know what? Start from here, go watch 21 videos, go through the academy, complete it, and tell me your results. Less than 2 weeks, she told me, Kendrick, all right, I am ready. I'm already doing over 90% with this strategy based on practice. She's done the videos. She had gone to practice. She didn't tell me, okay, I was watching the video. Okay, I saw a conflict in this. No. The only time she would tell me something that she had a conflict, maybe after a live session, she came back, please, can I talk to you quickly? You said this, and this conflict, what I'd known before, and I'll give her instruction, and she will go through it. That's all. All right? Everything you need is in your practice, not what you want to know. It's in the practice. The practice reveals your knowledge. All right? And that is really your routine here should be, what has Kendrick said I should do? All right? What do I need to do to get here? If you really want to really know the thing, you want to know it, you want to go do the routine. And I think what I'll do is that I'll do a short video that just talk about the routine. All right? So anytime you guys just need the routine, we just circulate it. The routine to knowledge, just circulate it. All right. And you're going to now, it's not going to be a reflection of you. Have you done what it is that is in this routine? All right. If you've not, that's what is going to be your model of growth. Okay. I need to be able to put in this time. I need to be able to watch this video and practice 10 trade. Let me get 10 trade and submit it to my mentor. All right. Let me submit my result. When you begin to have that attitude, your confusion is just going to crash. All right. Confidence will step in. And guess what? I'll still tell you. I promise every one of you, I promise. This is a promise Kendrick tells you. Thank God I'm promising you right now in front of someone who has experienced it. The moment she started knowing more, she started losing more. All right? She experienced that transition. The moment you start knowing more, you start losing. I've said it in my live session. I'm not always scared to say it. Because why? I experienced it. When I was doing Forex and I knew only stochastic and RSI and trading, I was doing money. I was making money. But the moment I entered price action, conflict of interest began to happen. All right. My entries, my decisions started changing and I started losing money. And I was like, come on, okay, let me go back to the small one I knew before. When I went back, I couldn't even get it. There was a conflict. Growth came in. All right. And I couldn't accommodate the lesser one that I had to manage, delete all of those, misconception. I had to took time. These are the things that will take time. Growth comes with its responsibilities, challenges. All right. That's why you need to take your time. Don't be aggressive towards making money. Learn this thing, practice. So what will change it for you? The more you practice and document, the more you're going to see results that will increase your confidence. All right. And that is what happened to her. She told you her testimony during December. She finally knew that she doesn't need to take a lot of trades. She doesn't need to be aggressive with the market. She had to take her emotions away so that her growth can come in. They will happen to you too. Don't say I didn't tell you. All right.
Absolutely.
Just wanted to point that out.
Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Lucy, I don't know if you're a place where you can ask your question, or do you want me to read it out?
I have a multitude of kids in my room, but I can still ask. I can still ask. So, Cambry, you mentioned about routine and success. That was initially my question, which I typed up, because I asked, what is your routine and what motivates you to stick to it?
Okay. Or I'll say my routine in learning. Okay. Not success comes from a routine, but there's really no routine to success. It comes from your routine. So in my quest for the knowing on how to trade, so I believe the question is about that, right? In my learning how to trade, what was my routine? Okay. So first is I knew that habits need to come in. A new habit needs to come in. All right. I'm going deep right now. Okay. A lot of people don't know how to learn this skill. And if you are in my environment, I won't teach you how I learned it. Because I can't say I know how to learn this. We all have our ways, but I can only tell you how I learned mine. I believe that anything I'm going to learn by habit. Routine is a habit. All right. Your routine leads to your habit. And success is habitual. Everything you are today comes from your habit, because this is my mindset. All right. Your thoughts will lead to your words. Your words will lead to your action. Your action will create a habit. Your habit births a character. Your character leads to your destiny. Anything you're going to become, all right, is coming from this 5 steps. Okay. So first, are you guys ready for this? Okay, hold on. I need to charge my phone. Okay, I just pray it doesn't go up. So I knew that I had to take care of, because I was told that the success in this environment is 90 to 99% mindset and 1 to 10% physical. Now, a lot of people don't understand this. So they go, so the moment they see someone who's successful and they go learn the academy, they rush into the academy, put all of their time, and they forget one thing, all right? The success is not in the academy. It's in the instruction, okay? You need to understand the instruction. So first is my mindset will create my success, all right? So I needed to introduce the skill set to my mindset. I needed to introduce the learning to my mindset. I know I've not really done this at a higher level, all right? We are close right now. That is why I can tell you this. So my routine came from, all right, if success is spiritual, all right, I need to introduce everything from a spiritual side, all right? So when we say spiritual, we're not really talking about religion. No, this is the mindset thing. I need to make it a habit of learning. All right. So what are the things that I need to see it? I need to hear it. All right. I need to introduce it to all of my 5 senses. I need to skin it. I need to smell my learning. All right. And how do I do that? A lot of you may laugh. All right. But what it is I was looking for when I was doing this routine is not what majority of people look for. Okay. I was just obsessed about staying in that environment that I'd never stayed in. So my routine was this. In the morning, I'll join the live educator. All right. 7 o'clock, I was following. I just want to print it out so that you guys know. This is my routine so that you know. I'll join the live educator, Christopher Derrick, to understand, all right, to feed my hearing and to feed my seeing. If I'm always seeing the person that has the success and I'm hearing them, something is leading to my subconscious, which has that mindset. So the next thing is I take his instruction, because for me to become him, all right, I need to follow his word. I never actually loved learning. I didn't want to learn for it. I was just obsessed about being someone. But I now took that instruction. Look at what I did. I had to break a habit by creating a new one. Are you guys with me? You can see that the path I follow is not what majority people. That's why you always see that for you to be different, you have to have a different routine. I had to break a old habit to form a new one. Some of you are not ready to break a old. You're not ready to kill the former you to embrace the new you. I had to tell myself 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. my time was the time I used to, after work and everything, I watch movie or I'll spend time doing the things that I like because I felt that I've worked. Look at what I did. I replaced that old habit with the new one. It took time. And guess what? When I started it, I was sleeping. 30 minutes into it, I was already sleeping. Because my body was telling me, no, you have to go watch movie. I would watch a season movie. I won't sleep. But the moment I entered the academy to watch the academy, sleep. All right? How many of you have experienced that? Sleep. Your senses fail. That is when you know you're doing you're killing your old routine. And guess what? I put water, I go slap myself. I wasn't learning anything. I trust me, I kid you not. I was just breaking that person. I was breaking Kendry. I was taking that time to break Kendry. All right. I'll just learn and I'll watch, I'll learn. And I can tell you my first 2 months, I didn't understand. It's not what I understood based on what I learned that evolved in me. All right. It is the routine, those things I was hearing, that person I was disciplining. All right. I was disciplining. Every time in the morning I wake up, I'll join the license and I was practicing. My practice was really what cut it off for me. I was practicing. I don't ask questions. I never had the time to ask any question during the live session because you know what? Everything that I needed to ask is already recorded that I need to go practice. So anytime I practice, you know why I didn't ask questions? For every time I practice what someone else asked, all right? And he answers the person. If I go practice that, and I always get the answer of what he asked. So I said, okay, I don't need to ask a question. Let me just go do everything he tells in the session. So if I watch this session long enough, I will see everything he has said that people should do. So I do them. So I don't even need to ask a question because in doing them, I'm already getting the result. 3 months. I gave myself 3 months. In this routine, 3 months, I was already trading the same trade. Look at it. The same trade Christopher Derrick would call on the live session is the same trade I would call for the team. That is how synchronized we were. It was like magic. Why? For a period of 3 months, all I did was introduce the spirit. There's a relationship. I saw the way he talked. I'll see the way he's looking at the chat. I'll see how he ignores the particular trade. I would wonder why did you ignore this and you took this? Over time, our obsession, all right, and it got a point in time because of my determination, it became clearer to me based on practice. So practice, a lot of people learn, they put in the time, they learn, but they don't practice. If you don't practice, your practice is what evolves you to the understanding. All right. I don't know if that makes sense. Okay. It's your ability to break the old habit. And so that's why I teach my spirit. Today, those things are still playing today. I will look at the chart and I'll tell you it's not healthy. Not because of its technicality, but because of my spirit. I've spent time with it long enough to know what it does, even on the spiritual side. All right. So this is genius level right now. That's what I tell you. You know the reason I added that layer. You want to become a genius in this environment, you need to do it 21 times 21. Because in the period of those times, I did it. All right. It does another thing.
So I'm going to ask a question real quick. I'm going to share my screen right now. So there's a lot of us transitioning over to cryptocurrency trading. And I know that they're no longer giving us entry points. So I wanted us to just use this as an example to help people understand how to determine, stop loss, just how to read this graph. I know not everybody here is able to quickly tell what the entry points are. So would you mind just kind of telling us? I think I know how to do it, but a lot of us do not know how to do it. So kind of explain to us. So this was the BTC USD crypto that was called in. So maybe explain to us how to look at stop loss, entry point, TP1, TP2, and TP3. TP1 is, for those people that are brand new to Swipecoin, is just take profit 1, which is a profit zone, the lowest profit zone, all the way to the highest risk, which is take profit 3.
Okay, good. Looking at this, your picture now, let me say it in a very nice way. All right.
I'm scared.
Very nice. You know, oh, you're scared because you know when I say something like that.
Yeah.
Now, this company is a great company, right? And we are transitioning very fast into greatness. Okay, hold on. I want to settle my. I need to charge. Let me see if this can hold.
Take your time.
Okay. All right. So before, click on the data and you come back here again. Click on open the chart. Yeah. Before you will see the stop loss, the take profit, all right, the potential, the entry. But now, because of some of the rules that are happening in the crypto environment, compliance and all of this stuff, there are certain things that it almost like they are closing in, that it's a signal environment, like you're just telling people what to do, you're advising on the trade. So what they tell is you're going to be saying things like, okay, this is a potential idea, this is a potential place to take a buy, potential place the market is going to sell, all right, and they'll give you the range, all right. So for some of you that are asking, because a lot of people disturb, they call me, they tell me, oh, Swipecoin has changed, I know more, they are being managed, all right, but it's still the same idea, all right. And so if you click on the picture right now, so the green zone is the buy zone, just the same way I do it on my live session. Okay, the green will give you an area, all right, an area, which means if price is in that area, at any point you could pick a buy because that's a buy zone, all right. Now the stop loss, most of the time they will tell you, all right, you can see 33,715. There's another line there. Okay, that's the stop loss. That is the line. If you measure this thing in your risk chart, it's a risk to reward, which means that's the range, all right, for me to leave my stop loss. 33,715, the downline. So if I'm buying, my stop loss is below. Okay. Now my take profit, we have 3 take profit there. The 35, 510, 36, 449, and 37, 522. All right, which is the upper. So you could, at the moment you get the price gets into the green zone, you pick a buy. You could put your take profit one as 35, 512, or you could pick any of the take profit. Now, what I tell people is, when it comes to cryptocurrency, something I always love to tell people is experience it before you invest in it. All right. A lot of people go invest in it when they've not experienced it. Crypto is highly volatile. Right? You need to understand its risk management. Okay, so test it from those low moments. So take a trade, use lower risk, all right, just to experience it. The more experience you have, the more, just like practicing it, practice it before you invest. Okay, so go for TP1. Hit TP1. Another trade, go for TP1. At least just experience the wins. You know what? Do you know the difference between entry and TP1? It's like 1,000 pips. So even if you're using your proper risk management, that is almost 10%. Okay? So you don't need to get TP. You don't need to hit the biggest jackpot. Just go for those small ones. If you have good equity, TP1, if you're using $1,000, all right, will pay you $1,000 if you're using what? A mini lot size. I'm talking TP1. All right? But what I tell you, don't go for, because at the end of the day, Cambridge would always step in when it comes to this advice. Don't be willing to gain what you cannot afford to lose. If you see $1,000 in TP1, right, are you seeing $1,000 in stop loss? Can you lose $1,000 to stop loss? So don't go for you mean TP1 is $1,000? All right, no, don't go for $1,000 because you cannot go for $1,000 when it has to do lose. So go for something you can lose. Rather than use a mini, go use a 0.02 or a 0.01. All All right. So that if you lose, it will be an experience. Oh, okay. It took me out of stop loss. All right. I'll wait for the next idea. All right. Does that make sense? So that is basic. That's how you be seeing the idea. They'll give you the range. So just wait. If the price comes into the range, if it's a buy, you will see this is interpreted in a lot. The line below is actually what? The stop loss. The line above is actually the take profit. The range, the green area is actually the entry area.
Yeah, I did notice that Danny does put in the stop loss, but if they do not put in a stop loss, would we just calculate if it's BTC, we would just do either 130 to 300 pips below the entry point? That's how we would do the stop loss?
That may work, but if it comes to me, because I don't do it, I can't advise it. I'm stubborn to that because I know crypto, okay? I don't give anything less than 1,000 pips for crypto moves, all right? And the reason I do that is because I'm under leverage, all right? So I don't do anything. Why? Crypto moves, if it wants to make a major move, it will go against a major move before it makes a major move.
So in this case, if he didn't give us a 33,715, how would we determine our stop loss? What would you have done if it was you? Because they don't always give us that line.
Okay, yes, they don't. So what I do is, and this now, for me, what I do is that I go on the chart, all right? I go see the previous low.
Okay.
Before that low, all right? So you go on the chart. Let's say BTC chart. Can you?
No.
Do you have it?
No, I don't have
it. Let me show you. Let me open mine, right?
Before you do that, can I ask another question? I saw some text here that I did not understand. I don't know how to, hold on. It's something about the way they put in the notes. It was kind of weird interpretation. This thing is stuck on me. Give me 1 second. Is Carol, can you read the notes on the bottom that says invalid something?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Hold on.
Okay, because I can't do it on mine. I don't know why. Hold on.
Okay, that's really what I wanted to say. All right, and you're coming to that.
Okay.
So read it. Let me explain.
Hold on, I got it. Yeah, because I don't understand that at all. Thank you, Carol. Almost doing it. Okay, here. I don't understand this note at all. Help us understand. Potential buy idea. Resistance on chart, that I understand. Invalidation on chart. Is that stop loss?
Yes, the invalidation is the line on chart. Invalidation on chart. So that line is the invalidation area.
The stop loss?
Idea invalid when with 1 hour open and close below invalidation zone. What it means is this trade idea is still valid as long as, all right, the 1 hour does not close below that invalidation line.
Which is a stop loss line.
Yeah.
Got it. Got it.
All right.
Did you guys understand that? I know if you're not in Swipecoin, this is kind of foreign for you. But once you master HFX, I always say, hey, once you master HFX, you might as well start doing Swipecoin. But that makes sense. The people that are doing crypto, did that make sense to you? Yes? Awesome. Yeah, so go ahead and go into the chart that you wanted to show us. But I also wanted for you to just show us how to use a scalper tool using the position tool. Sometimes I personally get confused on exactly where to point the position tool once I go into scalper. I don't know if anybody else would like to see that. Why don't we jump into what you wanted to show us, and then we can just do that scalper thing. And if anybody else has any questions, then we can take it from there. Is that cool?
Stop sharing.
Yes.
Am I sharing now? Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay, good. So I'm going to do this over again. Let me remove all of this drawing. So let's say this is the green zone called out. So I just want to use this as a kind of like so let's say this is the green zone for a buy. Okay. And they say this is the stop loss. Right? They always give the stop loss from the previous. You can see that in that chart is actually the previous floor. Okay. So if that is really high, do my stop loss, I'll come put it below. So I'll put it at 3,600, a little below, sometimes even farther, because why? You can see this area right now. This was the area of the buy. Can you see that this area is actually area of buy, but it spiked down before it made a move up? Okay, you can see that this is the area of the buy. What happened? It spiked down. So I love to always give it. That's for me. That's what I do. All right, it will spike down before it makes those moves. Okay, so I don't just put it immediately after that line. Okay, I don't put it immediately after that line. All right, I tend to put it. I give it space. So I'll go looks, and most times what I do is I'll take it to a higher time frame and see, because now Bitcoin has not really gotten any low. This is the lowest for a while Bitcoin has gotten to. So I know that, oh, this data it has given me right now, if it's not going back up, all right, then I don't want to give it something. 33,000 is actually my stop loss on this. All right, 33,000, because that gives it a lot to play with before it moves up. All right, that's if I have a buy potential. All right, so that is what I do. I don't give it immediately so that you don't get the one thing I hate the most. The times I've lost money the most in the market is when I get on revenge mode. And you know those things are easily getting on revenge mode. You can tell me. Waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Look at them. Those things are easily getting into revenge. You're fighting. When the trade spikes you out, it just punches you out and start going your direction. That thing is very annoying. It's very annoying. You'll be like, so because I've experienced it long enough. So I love giving it space. Don't punch me out. If you want to come and take me out, I know you took me out, but not those slight ones. So I've done it several times and I've seen that. That is how I've been able to manage mine. Because I don't like when those things slightly takes me out and I'll be like, oh God damn, we are giving it small stuff, a little space. So that's what I do. All right. I'll just give it a little bit of space here. Inside. So these spikes, you can see that at every major move, BTC lost spiking out then going. Does that make sense? Did it help everyone?
Yeah, makes sense.
All right, good. So over time, you're going to grow from just copy paste. You're going to copy from understanding. So what I just taught you now is from understanding what I've practiced over a period of time, I've been able to develop what's good for me. All right, that is just not just the copy and paste, not just what area was given to you that you just paste. You're going to understand it based on practice. So talking about the scalper, I will be honest with you. All right. Let me open it.
Okay. I had mine open. I don't know if it.
Oh, okay, good. Share. All right, share yours.
I'll share very quickly. It's just it's nice to know because alt-fi is coming up also, and they're using scalper, and so it's nice to just understand this. Okay, so for scalper, usually they say you come read the notes, and then let me just do it this way. So you come read the notes and it says break and close below this zone confirms idea. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So they give you this line right here. So this is a, what is this? This is a cell. Is this a cell? This is a cell.
That's a cell.
Okay, so cell we use we use a short, right?
Yeah.
So I come here, I grab this. So where are we starting to place the tool? Do we place it right here? Right there?
Okay, good. All right, first is you first need to get the entry.
Yes.
Before you go, before you know the risk. All right. Now, when you get that instruction that the break and close, first, where is the break and close? Break and close means the trade is valid for entry, but a lot of people don't really wait for this. All right. So you measure the where was the close of the candle? Put a line in the where was the close of the candle? Can you put a line?
So are we talking about that there?
No, that's not a break.
Okay.
Take it down to the one to the candle. Take it down. Get the candle closed.
Oh, the red one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the validation for the trade is when the candle closes below that area. That is when the trade is valid for an entry.
Oh.
All right. When it close of the candle, I've not really done that training in my live session. It's a good indication of movement of the market. All right. A candle can break an area. If it doesn't close in that break of the area, it's not ready to go in that direction. It means the struggle, it's a battle. They didn't give it to the sellers. The buyers didn't agree. So if the buyers takes it back and it closes above, boom, the market will start buying and you'll be hit out of your stop loss. So part of the validation is when it closes on that particular candle, all right, and it breaks the zone and it closes in the zone, boom, that's your entry. So if you had entered the market at around the 41755, all right, boom.
Okay.
You can see that. Every take profit you said good.
So now when you're using the tool to determine, like, you know, okay, so this is just another variation of the tool basically, right?
That's your entry. So if you are giving your entry a little above, this short and long is used to determine, it tells you what you want to give, all right, based on the percentage risk to reward.
Yeah. Okay.
You get, so if your entry is there, your stop loss, so you measure what is 300, you can use it to, what is how many percent of my, all right, you can control it to know the particular percent.
But you
all right, so you'll be seeing the you'll be seeing the percent per there. So this is saying 1 to 15. What it is right now is, from what you did right now is 1 to 15. If you give 1, you get I think yours is a little bit different. What did you pick? This is short, right?
This is short, yeah.
Yeah. So you're seeing that this is 677 pips to target 1,067 pips. That's risk to reward. You can measure it. That's 1 to 5. If you're giving 5 to, that's 1 for me. It's 1 to 1.3, like 1.3 risk to reward. All right. So for 1, you're getting almost, that's 1 to 2, not actually 1 to 3. So for this stop loss, you're getting times 2. So if you want to go to 1 to 2, just look at the stop loss. This percentage is, I think you have to modify it. Something's a little bit different about this your percentage. All right, that's 1.3%. If you win, that's about 1.3%. That's what it's saying. Okay. So if you give you just have to look at the pips. So if you're looking at pips, it's 817 pips. So if you want to do 300 pips, you put it in 300 pips. So that tells you where you put your stop loss. Okay. Right? Typically I don't use this because I'm a skin trader. I trade by naked market. So I use zone to zone. All right. My risk to rewards based on zone to zone. So I'll look at the highest zone. I'll put my stop loss above the highest zone of the ceiling. All right. And I will look at the potential. Where has it gotten to before in the market that is a floor? I will go and put my take profit there. All right.
I see. Okay. And then I was studying that the way you calculate pips on BTC and the way you do it with ETH is completely different. So Yeah, okay. Any questions on this? I know this is for those people that are trading crypto, this is making sense. For those people not, don't worry, you're gonna get here too. But we wanted to make sure we're taking care of everybody. Any crypto traders here that have any questions?
No, no, thank you.
Awesome. Okay, so I don't see any other question. Okay, there's a question here. Is it advisable to study both HFX and crypto at the same time to master HFX first? Yes. I will tell you my opinion, and then Kendra is gonna tell you his opinion. For me, it's a big no. For me, the way I learn, I just love learning one thing and doing it very well, making money with that, and then hopping into something else. So that is the way I learn. But I don't know what Kendra advice you have for that.
I already said it before you. I said no. I said it no. I didn't wait for you. I said no. All right. See, the mind. Okay, let me tell you something. All right. And I've said it. Some of you that have witnessed my earlier trainings on the mind. The same mind you use in learning is the same mind you use in building. You know why a lot of people find it difficult to build and become master traders? All right. Is because it's the same mind, the same energy you use to trade is the same energy you use to learn. So that is why.
Oh no, we lost him. He should be back. So I
did pretty good for Wi-Fi without it breaking down.
You're funny.
Bad.
You're funny.
You better not hear me.
In that picture, he looks just like his son.
Yeah,
oh,
right?
Yeah.
So I'm
but it's oh, sorry, I just want to put a comment out there. So it is so true that we have to practice in order to get to that state that we want to get into. Because even for me, it's taken a while for it to sink in that I actually have to literally go into the chart and learn how to chart and also document my wins or losses and try to figure out, okay, what did I do? Did I go in like 10 minutes too soon or 5 minutes too soon, or what happened for that loss for that lesson to occur? Did the market just... Yes, you are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Where did you guys lose me? Where did you lose me? My network flipped to one that is unoperative, so I had to change it.
Okay. Does
Where did you guys lose me?
What he said last? I don't know. You just have to.
I think he said no. That was it.
He said no.
He said no.
And then your network was like no to you too. Out.
Oh, all right, good. So the reason I said no is based on the mindset of learning and practicing. Now, the same mind you used to learn is the same mind you used to trade. All right. That is why you most times see people who come to trade and they don't learn, they have conflict. Why? It's the same energy, it's the same mind, it's the same instrument. It's almost likened to career and home. The same mind you use in building a career, pursuing a career is the same thing, the energy you use in building a home. That's why you see people having conflict. All right. Career people having conflict with managing a home. Okay. The moment I understood this, I had to find balance. How did I find balance? I learned the difference between learning and leverage. Write it down. You want to be good. If you want to be good in this space, you want to learn and leverage. So that is why I told you guys, when I came in to learn. I did not, in my first year, I never had a goal, a money goal. I didn't give myself a target, but I made a whole lot of money. Why? I learned how to leverage. Some people come in here and they want to earn from their learning to kill you. Earn from leverage while you learn. Give yourself 12 to 18 months to learn. But you cannot leverage. How do you leverage? It's tools. I can use swipe coin tools. I don't need to go even learn swipe coin. I don't even need to go learn cryptocurrency. I can learn HFX to learn the skill, but I can leverage over swipe coin, swipe trade, steady, and make money with them. I don't need to confuse that's why I don't teach scalper, because you need the skill to use scalper. This scalper that Janey, the reason I don't do it, there's a whole lot of money there, but the reason I don't do it is because you need a bit of the skill, technical skill, to be able to, you saw what I just did right now. It's a technical skill. If I didn't do it, some of you wouldn't understand. All right. So it will, and when you begin to have those conflicts, you're trying to earn with it, and you're having those conflicts, you would want to go learn. Conflict in learning will misplace you. So use the ones that are just leveraged, like swipe trades, like HFX swipe, like steady. Just learn how to copy and paste, put a portfolio there, do a journal. All right, follow a proper risk plan. Give yourself a target. You want to grow this certain percentage every. Just leverage. That's called leverage. Some people are making millions by leveraging over these platforms. Don't go learn it. You must not be a learner of everything. Learn one, master it before you learn another one. That's my no. That's why I said no.
Absolutely.
All right.
That's how I started. I started HFX swipes, and now I'm just doing swipe coin, and now I'm getting into alt-fi. So, you know, I believe this was a very good session. And those of you that are wanting to buy BTC, it's almost getting to that 34,000 zone. It's at 34,447. So there's so much money to be made with this academy. It's ridiculous that we're not multimillionaires already. So Kemfrey, I am so humbled that you took time out of your family, out of your busy schedule to spend it with us. We are forever grateful. So that is it from us. God bless you. See you next week, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Yeah, that was really nice.
Yeah, that was really nice.
Or are we leaving, or we're just, hanging out on Zoom?
We're absorbing.
We're leaving.